Hello, happy Friday. Woo! This is Sunrise Extra. Give it to me again, Rod.
Woo! Rod is stoked. He's on spring break next week. So.
I like how he can do that with both hands.
Yeah.
Woo!
See, like that,
Woo!
like that.
Hey, we're going to loosen the reins a bit on this edition of Sunrise Extra because we're going to just extend what has been a tradition now for the past couple of months on the Sunrise TV show. Mm-hmm. We call it the Feel Good Friday segment. This is a Good Friday for many. It's a religious holiday for a lot of our viewers.
Literally
Good
Friday.
Yeah, it is the Good Friday. Mm-hmm. I said earlier it's a great Friday for Brenda Braxton because clearly she is not here.
She off. Yeah.
She has the day off. The way the Feel Good Friday segment works on TV is we ask, what is the best thing that happened to you this week? You share that feeling, and it usually makes all of us feel pretty good. So, Rod, do you already have one?
Yeah, I have one. Can I share this real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so it was Tuesday, I think. Or was it Wednesday? One of those days, I don't know. Anyway, we went to a little par 3 golf course up in Clark County called, I think it's called Pinecrest. It's a nice little 3-hole course, and my daughter's just started to really play golf, and she's taking a golf lesson each week, and this is one of the first times we've gone out on the course together. Par 3, 175 yards. She takes her 5-wood, makes a nice swing, hits it solid about 160, and then hits a decent chip shot, which I didn't see up on the green, to about 10 feet. And then I looked down, and she makes a 10-foot putt.
Wow.
And she jumps up, and I went, did you knock your second shot on the green? And she went, yes, Daddy, that's par. I went, Shazam.
Nice.
That's awesome. Now, that is great. Yeah, you say that. I'm surprised you didn't come to work the very next day and share that story.
Well, you know, I'm trying to be humble.
You saved it for the Feel Good Friday segment.
So is she like legit into golf, or is this a little bit of you like, hey, why don't you try some golf?
So Natasha's main sport is figure skating.
Yeah.
You know, she's on the ice 5 days a week. And she's a beautiful skater.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to get her into something else. And to be honest, you know, Daddy loves that I can go to the golf course with her.
It is.
But figure skating is not really one of those sports that you do when you're 40.
Sure.
It's great to have a sport of a lifetime like tennis or golf you can do your entire life, right?
Yeah. Well, she's doing like jumps and all that because Drew, you did that awesome story on that couple that's been skating for like 50 years at Lloyd Center. And you know, you can just kind of meander around, but the stuff she's doing, yes, I mean, it is hard.
Yeah, she's just starting to work on her triple jump rotations now.
That's so cool.
Crazy Louise. You know, my wife, Rod, has said that she wants our boys to get into golf just because, like you said, she knows it could be a lifelong activity. Yeah. I mean, if you get involved in certain businesses, it actually helps to be able to golf, right?
Business relationships.
Yeah. Like she feels always like left out because she doesn't play very well. She doesn't feel comfortable out there, and so she feels like she's missed out on some of these like business outings at the golf course because she just doesn't want to go out there and swing and feel silly. But anyways, she knows that I'm also terrible at it. So now I'm thinking maybe you, Rod, maybe you could help the boys. Maybe I give them to you, and you can teach them the game.
Give me a Carney Hill golf outing. I like it.
That would be so cool, actually.
Yeah.
I think we should make this happen.
I'm game.
Real quickly, Emily Hill. So it's not all about us. So we can make this about you as well.
It is about the Hills, apparently.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Another Hill on the program in the form of Emily Hill. She says, I was the person who organized the rally at Portland Children's Museum this week. Oh, wow. The news was there. Yes, we were. We had that story earlier this week. She said she was very proud that they had over 150 people there. Of course, we got the sad news late last week, that the Children's Museum would be closing. I know a lot of parents don't want to see that happen, and now they're trying to rally to keep it alive, and we'll obviously follow that story as it plays out. But we just heard from Emily, the person who organized that rally.
Good community involvement. Mandy, bringing it back home to what this weekend is really all about. Jesus died on the cross for my sins and the sins of all who believe in him today. Best gift ever. Yes, it is Easter weekend. Yeah. It was Passover this week. It is Good Friday. So lots of, maybe some backyard get-togethers, and it sounds like Saturday is really, if you can fudge the Easter egg hunt and maybe you don't want to do it in some sprinkles. Yeah. Saturday might be your day. Drew, I know you have an issue with this. Saturday is not Sunday.
No, yeah, I mean, I don't have a big issue with it. I was giving you a hard time. I said, Nina, there is no choice. You do the Easter egg hunt.
Not to a 3-year-old. She doesn't know the difference.
No, I agree with you. If you can get out there tomorrow and enjoy the nice day, go for it. What I'm wondering, though, this just popped into my head. I was raised Catholic, went to Catholic school for 13 years, if you include kindergarten. My mom, still goes to church every Sunday, 4:00 p.m. Mass. And so I don't know if this was some kind of nonsense that she just made up in an effort to keep me quiet for 3 hours on Good Friday every year when I was a kid. But I remember back then, her every year saying, Drew, between noon and 3 on Good Friday, we don't talk. Because those were the hours, she said, that Jesus was hanging on the cross, and out of respect for that, you should observe that by being quiet.
What?
And I remember being out at the store one time. She's like, you can't talk. So I'm asking.
She made that up.
I'm asking other viewers this morning. Have you ever heard of such a thing on Good Friday as remaining absolutely silent between the hours of noon and 3 to observe the crucifixion of Jesus? Or was my mom just trying to keep her 8-year-old son quiet?
A chatty kid?
Wow.
Yeah, that was always, when I got the report card every 4 months from the teachers, the back of it always had the comment section, and typically it said something about he just talks too much in class.
I got that too.
Yeah, your mom chiming in saying, if I had to do it all over again, I would have told Drew 12 hours.
That's funny.
You're funny, Rodney.
You know what is interesting, though, on kind of that topic, because Rod and I both heard this on the radio, and I'm just pulling up the article now. This is the NPR article. For the first time ever, less than 50% of Americans, fewer than half, belong to or go to any kind of, religious ceremony anymore. They don't go to church, a synagogue, a mosque. It's fallen to 47% now. For the first time in more than 80 years. So I think that's kind of interesting.
It is a totally different vibe, I will tell you, here on the West Coast, where I've been for the last 21 years versus where I spent 24 years on the East Coast. And there were some years in between. So if you try to add those two numbers, I'll tell you I am older than that. But anyways, those 24 years on the East Coast, we grew up near so many churches. I mean, literally, I would drive from, here, 15 minutes away, we'd pass 3 Catholic churches to get there. Cemeteries, everywhere you turned. Here, you don't see that as much, right? And we had 14 Catholic high schools in the city of Philadelphia alone. And they weren't considered private. There were private schools, then there were the Catholic schools, and then there were the public schools. Around here, I don't see that as much, so I feel like I've lost touch with that, huge, really Catholic community that we had back there. But I know even there, parishes have lost their churches because people just aren't going as often as they used to.
And here's another little interesting kind of factoid. So Oregon is one of the least religious states in the country. And you're right, it says the West Coast is one of the least religious regions in the country.
I never heard of non-denominational Christian until I moved here in 2000. I met a girl I dated when I first got here, and I said, I just asked her, what are you Catholic? You Protestant? What? I'm non-denominational. I go, no, we got to be something, don't you? And she goes, no, non-denominational. I never heard that. Everyone always, when I grew up, you were in a specific Christian category. Baptist, Lutheran, Protestant, Catholic, something.
I'd say the same when I was a kid growing up too, Drew. It seems like that's a fairly new term over the past couple of decades.
Okay.
Yeah.
My father-in-law is a Christian pastor, and he's non-denominational.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, when I lived, Grand Rapids, Michigan, I lived in, people throw out the term Bible Belt. I don't know if they still do that or not.
Yes.
But, Grand Rapids, Michigan was definitely a Bible Belt community. The church was a huge part, I would say, overwhelming the majority of the population of the people that live there.
You guys know I worked in Abilene, Texas for about a year and a half in the early days of the TV career. And they said, Rod, that Abilene was the buckle on the Bible Belt.
The buckle.
Yeah.
Right in the center, does that mean that?
Yeah, very, man, the bars there on Saturday and Sunday stayed open an hour later, which meant they stayed open until 11.
Got you.
Yeah,
So
no funny business in Abilene.
Catholics have seen the greatest decline with an 18-point drop in the past 20 years. Protestants are next, and they don't have trends for the other religions.
Does it break it out in states? I wonder I think I've seen reports where they'll break it out in states too, that way.
In the East, it's gone down by 25%. In the South, it's down 16%. The Midwest, down 18%, and the West Coast, 19%. It's interesting, but it is funny. Easter everything's so commercialized now. Christmas, of course, Easter is just here's a bunch of candy and let's eat a lamb or something.
Let's eat a lamb. You make it sound like let's go to that barnyard and grab us a lamb.
Lamb chops.
It's going to be a lamb and ham Sunday at the Melhoff House.
I know. So, it is, It is just all about the candy and the Easter baskets for the little kids, and still for a lot of families. But but it is Jesus' resurrection.
I'm going to picture Nina run around the barnyard the rest of the day chasing that
lamb and a ham.
I think all previous 5 and dimes, they were like pretty much extinct, but they should all now be resurrected as the Nina's Lamb and Ham.
There you go, lamb and ham.
We have lots of comedians, it appears, on the Facebook live stream this morning. The first one being our own Sunrise Extra director, Brian Matthews.
Oh,
who
what
says,
he said?
I talked about my mom saying I wasn't able to talk between noon and 3 on Good Friday when I was a kid. Brian says, new rule, Drew. No talking for you between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. next Monday through Friday.
No, how about just all day after that?
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Wow.
Jeez.
I love my coworkers.
Did you guys grow up going to Easter sunrise services? Do you remember that?
I went at school. My family didn't go to church.
What do you mean
Okay.
sunrise service?
Well, we had, so I grew up in the Methodist church, and then on Easter Sunday, they had all the churches came together. I believe including the Catholic faith and, the Baptists and everybody.
Like at the time the sun rises?
Yeah, and it was at this park that has this beautiful lake that was on one of the college campuses in Columbia, Missouri. So it was a joint sunrise service, and they always had music, and the different pastors from the different churches would each, speak.
That's cool.
And you know me, one of my great memories was they would have this entire long picnic table, like maybe 3 picnic tables together, and the whole table would just be filled with donuts. And nobody really paid attention if you how many you took. And I remember loving that as a kid.
No, we never went at sunrise itself, but yeah.
But it was early, sunrise. Yeah, it was really, it could be chilly.
Cool
Could be
idea.
cool.
Our producer Brian Folsom from Texas was saying, yep, he went to those too.
Yeah, it was really a great,
That'd be pretty beautiful.
memory. No, it was pretty, and and there was a lot of people would be there. They had the big speakers out with the bands and playing on the PA systems and everything. Yeah, it was great. All right.
Jennifer Taft, quoting what is a popular rock and roll song. I'll give either one of you, I guess, a dime if you can.
I saw that, but I was trying to
if you can
say it
tell me
again.
which artist delivered this line in one of his songs. Jennifer Taft saying, "I'd rather laugh with the sinners than cry with the saints."
Girl, who's that dude?
I can tell you the name of the song is
He's
only.
a piano player.
Yeah, Only the Good Die Young. is
Billy
the name.
Joel.
There you go.
Yes.
Nina wins.
Nina
Ding,
wins.
ding, 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 ding.
Hey, Tiffany says we're having one Sunday. I assume she's talking about a sunrise service. Okay.
Maybe she's having a lamb or a ham.
Maybe a
At the
baby.
sunrise.
Maybe it's a lamb or a ham, guys.
Jeez.
Crystal Lamontagne chiming in on YouTube. Hi, everyone on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. She says, good morning. Happy Friday. She's weighing in on, I always forget. What is it called? Good Friday? Good deed? What
Our
is our
segment?
thing called? Yeah.
Feel Good
Friday. I don't know why I have such a
My
hard
goodness,
time with
Nina.
that. She said her Feel Good Friday moment was she had a hummingbird fly right up to her, and that just made her week.
Wow.
Kind of cool.
Like this hummingbird came up to your face?
Just checked in with her and then flew away.
All right, a few more that you can read along with us if you'd like to. Viewer texted us this response, best things that happened to them this week. 2 things this viewer mentioned, receiving their 2nd dose of the COVID vaccine, and then, Rod, they gave you a big thank you for that 70-degree day we had back on Wednesday.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet of you to realize that I played a role in that.
Nina, I know this one jumped out to you earlier. The margarita, the best thing of the week for viewer Tammy. She says she went to happy hour with a coworker yesterday. She says things she feels like anyway, slowly getting
That's
back
a watermelon
to normal.
or a strawberry. It looks pretty good.
Margarita sounds good later today, huh? Maybe this evening. You got one more for us, Director Brian? Yes, he does. This is from viewer Mary. She says, other than waking up and still breathing, I would say the best thing that happened to me this week was sitting in a car, eating a Dairy Queen dipped cone while watching the traffic go by.
Oh, yeah, I love
Those are
it.
so good.
Yeah.
You like the dipped cone?
My wife loves
You
the
not?
dipped cone.
I do.
I just take the vanilla, but my wife loves the dipped cone Dairy Queen.
It's just when it just kind of cracks,
You could go with a couple of different dippings at Dairy Queen, right? I mean, I would always go with
I believe
chocolate.
so.
and
Yeah.
chocolate, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Is there another one?
Would you go with vanilla ice cream or chocolate ice cream beneath your chocolate dip?
It's almost
Probably
always
vanilla.
vanilla, right?
Get the two.
You can get chocolate.
I've never seen anybody do chocolate and chocolate.
Do it, Rod. It'll blow your mind.
You
You
know
break
me.
through the chocolate and you arrive at more chocolate.
Howard Wright's excited. He's getting his first shot on Wednesday. Virginia Carlson, congratulations. She's closing on a new house. Oh, wait, closing on my house after 2 years' work.
Oh, that's cool.
I think that
Andrea
means
Gale
fun.
says, I'm getting my new Yukon Denali on Sunday.
I had one of those. It's a great car.
Who GM makes that?
Yep.
Who makes that? It's huge, right? Yeah.
No, Yukon Denali. Denali is just like
GMC
the
makes it?
upgrade of the stuff. But the Yukon, it's not a big SUV.
The GMC Yukon's not big?
Sounds big.
No.
The
I think that's
Denali
the
makes it
next,
sound huge, right?
Next one up.
Okay.
Jeff Lucas says, best thing of the week, just being very serious here, Rod's fast food review.
Yes, we literally talked about if we could make that an actual segment. Stay tuned. Howard Wright, is this true? Butterscotch? You can.
Yeah.
Is there a butterscotch dip
At Dairy Queen? Yes.
No
Dairy
way.
Queen, is that right?
I can picture the sign
the
with the
hard
chocolate,
shell?
the strawberry, and the butterscotch. I think those are the three.
I like butterscotch.
I do too.
Yeah.
You guys like Werther's? Those little like butterscotch.
Oh, that's like grandpa candy.
They're like butterscotch.
Yeah, that's
They're-
grandpa.
have you ever had one before you
Yeah.
knock it?
When my grandpa gave it to me out of his pocket.
They're still
It's all
good today.
cracked and gross.
That's the last thing you can chime in on today. The Werther's, good, or as
we
Nina
have
says,
a vote.
grandpa
Is that
candy
a
that's
grandpa
outdated.
style candy? Here, son.
Come
you
on.
want a Werther's?
Ginny Carlson saying the Denali is big.
Yeah.
You're saying that the
The Denali just denotes like it's a higher, like leather seats and the nicer.
She says it's big. Andrea Gale says she's
Yukon-
in the XL.
Yeah.
Whatever
Ooh,
that is.
the XL. That's the big
Is that
one.
like the high?
XL.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you're gonna like it.
Hey, listen,
I'm a fan.
we could wrap up this Sunrise Extra
No.
at any moment.
No,
I'm not going
I'm
to.
having fun.
I'm not
Okay.
going to. I'm just saying. But can I throw one more thing in the mix in this
What?
hodgepodge of a Sunrise Extra? It is National Peanut Butter and Jelly
Ooh,
Day.
yes, this is
National
big.
PB&J Day.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
one final thing you all can chime in on if you'd like to jump on to the Facebook or the YouTube stream. Is there a better combination of foods than the peanut butter with the jelly? I mean, that has worked out very well for decades now.
That's your
hasn't it?
mashed potatoes and gravy. That's always hard to beat.
All right. Pork chops and applesauce.
I feel like this goes back to your bracket, your snack bracket.
Well, I want to know.
what one?
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich was the
It
winner
was the
last
winner?
year.
Was
Yeah.
it?
Oh, there you
Okay.
go.
We put
The
together
viewers already spoke.
yeah, it was like basically favorites from a kid's lunchbox, and we had like cheese sticks against apple slices against the PB&J sandwich and grapes, and PB&J in a field of 16 came out on top.
Peanut butter and honey. I've had that. That's not bad. Andrea mentions that.
Yes.
Does
Okay, tell your story, Rod.
Well, does anybody else have different types of peanut butter in the house because your family members demand it? Like I am all in on Skippy Chunky. My family doesn't like chunky, they like creamy, and they prefer Jif. So we always have two different jars
butters?
in the house. And I will never buy the Jif. I don't care if they're out of it. They're big enough people. Go to the store and get your own. I keep us stocked with the chunky Skippy.
I don't like chunky. I like nuts.
like the chunky.
I like all nuts, walnuts, peanuts, almonds, all the nuts. But I don't like my chunky peanut butter. I like that thing smooth and creamy.
Yeah, Andrea says no chunky for her either.
No?
Come on, people.
I don't have any strong feelings. either
Alaskan
way.
king crab and butter. Well, that's a good combination.
Oh, yeah.
Charles says that. Yeah. Cream cheese and jelly on toasted bagels.
Yes.
Is that a yes,
Cream
Drew?
cheese
Yes.
and jelly.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'll tell you what else. Put cream cheese and jelly on a Ritz cracker. Oh my gosh.
Money?
Living the high life. Yeah, no, don't make the face.
I'm just thinking about it.
Well, Howard Wright. I thought Howard was a little more. He's kind of wild. He says he's single, but he has creamy and crunchy. He alternates with Jif and Skippy. That's one man who has both in the pantry.
I don't see a big difference between Jif and Skippy. Like when I go to the store, I honestly can't remember which one that I buy. And a lot of times now I've bought, because of the whole, probably 20 years ago,
Yeah.
the partially hydrogenated soybean oil.
Yeah, you did that well.
I'm sorry, it's Friday.
Angela
Partially
says
hydrogenated
Adams-
soybean
She's not
oil.
done,
I buy
Rob.
the Adams peanut butter.
I've heard people
'cause
say
it's
that's
natural.
good. Yeah. Okay.
I don't
But
like
you
how
have to
that
freaking
liquid
stir
gets to
it.
the top.
Yeah, but now they have one that's Adams peanut butter no stir, and it's all mixed.
That's
You don't have
better.
that oil on the top, which is super annoying.
Strawberries dipped in sour cream, then dipped in brown
What
sugar. Renee
is
Robertson.
that?
No.
I've not heard of this. I wonder if that's a Panama thing.
I'm not a big
Strawberries
sour cream
dipped in
guy.
sour cream, then
I
dipped in
love
brown
sour
sugar. I'll tell you what, a little brown sugar goes a long ways to making your life better, though. I will say that.
I don't really like any white sauce in general. I don't like mayonnaise. Not really big on sour cream. Definitely don't like Alfredo sauce.
Yeah.
The exception would be cream cheese.
All right.
I like cream cheese, but everything else that's white in the refrigerator.
Ranch?
And is Philadelphia cream cheese actually made in Philadelphia, Drew? Do you know?
Oh, God, it better be.
Philadelphia brand cream cheese. Where it's its origins. I wish I knew the answer to that.
You don't? I thought you would.
I know. Now I have to look it up.
All right. Okay. All right.
Watch me as I bow my head into the Google.
If it's not, I will be upset and shocked.
I have a feeling that maybe it started there, but I have a feeling it's no longer, Philadelphia cream cheese is no longer made.
Marshmallows dipped in peanut
there.
butter. Interesting.
All right.
You guys got to carry the show. I'm looking something up.
Oh, Renee says not a Panama thing. Renee, where did you pick that up? That sounds totally original to me. The strawberries dipped in the cream cheese and then the brown sugar. Renee, where did you pick it up? She says not in Panama.
Brian Matthews, thank you, Director Brian, says Werther's are excellent. The regular ones, not those flavored knockoffs. Sheila Speck also love Werther's. Virginia Carlson says she always has them on.
Let's see here. Stanford's, now you're talking yummy. Oh, did you hear that? Really? Producer Brian Folsom says 1872 Philadelphia cream cheese in New York.
It started in New York in 1872?
They were so embarrassed by their own city that they took the word Philadelphia. Interesting to me.
I like this. Wesley Rogers weighing in. You ask if there's a better food combination.
Yes.
He says spare ribs and coleslaw. It's a good combo.
Yeah. I have come to grips with coleslaw as I've entered adulthood. I did not like it as a child. Not really into my 20s or 30s either. But now I deal with the coleslaw. It's not bad.
I deal with
watermelon with New Mexico red chili pepper. Stanford Walker says that. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
You sprinkle it on there, or like chili lime.
All right.
Yes. Sorry, I was saying that to Director Brian. Mango, and yeah, it's like a chili. You can, what is it called? Tajin, that spice. Salt on watermelon. Also, Jeff, man, you're good.
Yeah. The food combination segment taking off.
I know.
Rising on this Friday.
A1 on mashed potatoes. I will put A1 sauce on a baked potato with butter, and I think it's quite good on a baked potato. I've done that. I got
to shout out this viewer who I don't recall seeing on our stream before, but she chimes in today because of the food combination topic.
Yeah.
Betty Kellogg says, how about this? I never thought of putting these two together.
Okay.
Philadelphia cream cheese and kale.
Well, it can't hurt.
Oh, like a kale chip?
Do you kind of make those kale, that kale into like a chip?
Divisive. Yeah, probably in the chip. That sounds good. I don't know.
Angela's daughter puts soy sauce on her eggs.
Yeah.
I can get a little carried away with soy. My wife is Korean, so we have a lot of Korean food.
Yeah.
And my family doesn't use soy sauce very often, but a lot of what Grandma Kim makes, I will dump the soy sauce on.
Well, it's a good salt substitute, instead of salt. All right, you guys. Rod, before we go, why don't you give us a quick kind of Friday forecast?
It's been, it was 71 2 days ago. It was still 68 yesterday. Today, just like yesterday, but we think about 5 degrees cooler, so still nice. 63, similar tomorrow. And then Sunday, it just looks like we have a few showers to start the day, and then it just gets kind of wetter and wetter and wetter as we roll through Easter Sunday. And that takes us into some showers on Monday.
You guys good.
Friday.
He does that just like a TV weatherman would.
Bye, you guys. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.